going on, everyone? My name's Tom and welcome to Extra Time, the podcast for all your World Cup football talk before the tournament begins in Russia. First of all, let's cover what we're going to go through today. Obviously, we're going to talk about England, their group stage. We're going to talk about England's chances towards the World Cup, see if they can hopefully get past the knockout stages. We're going to be talking about the big games coming up in the World Cup. You know, we've got like big teams coming against each other, trying to knock each other out. There's some big teams that are also going to be left in the knockout stages, as we've got big groups. We'll be talking about those groups, which are the hardest, which are the easiest, and where England are. And we'll also be talking about the key players trying to get the golden boot in the end. First of all, let's introduce the guests. On my left, we've got Alora, Barcelona fan. Alora, do you think Spain are going to win the World Cup?
Yeah, I do.
That's your opinion. Okay, well then to my left we've got Alex, who's a Liverpool fan. And who do you think is going to win the World Cup?
I think Belgium have got a good chance. I think they'll definitely top their group.
Yeah. Well, I mean that's the same group as England, so.
And I think they'll beat England.
Yeah.
By quite a mile. But yeah, Belgium's my team, I think.
Okay. And then to the left of Alex we've got James, who is not a Porto fan. He's actually a Liverpool fan as well. And who do you think is going to win the World Cup?
I think France.
You think it's going to be France? Why do you think that?
They're strong in all their areas, aren't they?
Yeah, well I mean they've got good defence, got a good goalkeeper, and they've also got a prolific attack with Griezmann playing well in the Spanish league.
They didn't win the Euros, did Portugal did? Because they were in the final.
Well, they were second, yeah.
So they got a good chance.
But how many young players have France got now that have come up at Euro? Who's good, Dembele?
Well, Kurt Zuma's quite young,
Yeah.
but he had a good season in Chelsea, but I think now he plays for Stoke and he's not playing as well. He's out on loan at Stoke. He's not playing as well as he used to. And me myself, I'm a Leeds fan, unfortunately, but I think England have got a good chance. I'm backing them.
One optimistic one.
Well, no, I think they've actually got a good chance because we got spurred on by the young guys winning the under 18s World Cup, and we've got big players like Harry Kane. I'm partial to Harry Kane. Yeah, he's my favourite player, so obviously I'm going to back him.
England's days of gold.
No, I don't think so. I mean, with the loss of players like Gerrard and then Lampard, we're lacking a little bit. We don't have the team.
I
feel like we had. I reckon we did have a team at one point that could have won a World Cup, but we just never.
It's our young.
we still haven't.
It's like our young players in France, their old team.
Yeah.
They're such a good young team. The women's team's good as well.
Right, well, before we get fully into it, we have a quick ad that we'd like to present from Sweet Sue's. Sweet Sue's releasing canned chicken, a whole chicken in a can with the giblets, with the bones, as, I don't know, I mean, it's a delicious snack you could have for yourself. You could prepare your own meal with it. You could give it to your dog as a complete meal for your dog. All done, easy, just pop the can open. And I think that's a brilliant idea, you've got a whole chicken.
I don't have a dog, but if you do have a dog, that would be perfect for it.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a little chihuahua. If I open that can and give it to her, she's set up for the rest of the day. So, it's quite cheap, it's $6.99. We've got a few people, I know my friend Darius, he likes to eat one, at least once a day. So yeah, definitely.
Yeah, do humans eat it?
Yeah, Darius, Darius all the time.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like it's like borderline getting weird, but I'm not. I don't blame him.
Is it just dogs? Can any other pet eat it?
Well, I mean, you can have it to your dog, your cat. My dog and cat shares each other's food, so I'm not surprised. If I had one can of that, I think they'd both be happy.
Yeah, I think so.
So yeah, make sure to pick up a Sweet Sue's canned chicken from one of your local stores today. Right, now I can crack on with the football.
Great.
So, England's group. We've got Tunisia. We've got Panama, we've got Belgium. Belgium actually made it to, where did they? They got the semi-finals in the last World Cup. So
again, they have every opportunity to go further, to go to the final.
Yeah, well, I mean,
my team, so
you're saying you think they've got a good chance of winning it. They've got Raja Nainggolan, Hazard from Chelsea.
Fellaini the microphone.
Yeah, Fellaini the microphone. I think said he was going to shave his hair soon. So we could be seeing a short haired Fellaini. Yeah, I know that would be
good. Like that.
If he wins the World Cup, that's probably what the agreement was.
So they've got big players. But honestly, I think when it comes to Panama and Tunisia, they don't really have any standout players.
Yeah.
You know, there are a few teams that have been left out and just got through, like Egypt did for the first time in 80 years.
But Mo Salah's the only.
Yeah, but
He's the pyramid.
you know they've actually got their standout player. They've also got El Mohammadi, right back for I believe Wolves. I'm not sure,
I don't know.
or it might be Hull. But anyway, they've got a couple standout players.
Yeah.
Tunisia, Panama, you don't know any of the. Well, I don't know any players that are quite big, so that's why I think
No.
England can quite easily.
I find it funny when Panama actually qualified, they actually had a day off, like the whole country, national day off.
Yeah.
So if England win the World Cup, do we get a day off?
Yeah, well, exactly. I think we shouldn't, you know, treat it like that, like it's some crazy thing. If we win, I believe that they've got a good chance.
England's problem was scared of failure. That's the problem with England.
Well, Joe Hart's scared of almost everything.
And Robert Green is scared of slipping up again.
Robert Green, yeah, Leeds. Well, he was a Leeds goalie for one season, but they sacked him straight away.
Surprise.
Yeah. Well, okay. We're talking about the goalkeepers. You know, the ones that make the saves.
I haven't been listening. What country?
England.
England.
Come on.
James.
I've been eating this, sorry.
Okay, well, finish that quickly. We're talking about the England goalkeepers and how, you know, we've got
Jordan
a few.
Pickford.
Jordan Pickford for Everton. Yeah, he's young.
Did you see him in the last game?
No, I didn't. What, the last game that he played? No, I haven't seen it myself. But
I don't know. I remember Paul Robertson. I remember him. He scored
Paul
a
Robertson.
goal.
Yeah.
He played for Tottenham. He scored against Watford.
He scored against Watford.
Yeah. Went on his own box.
Oh wow.
Check it
Yeah.
out on
A
YouTube.
few goalies have done that.
Yeah.
But
I like it when they come up for corners like last minute. England against Panama.
Yeah.
Joe Hart or something like this.
that would be sick.
But
Who's
Panama
Will
will still
Griggs?
win.
Who's Will Griggs? Will Griggs is a Northern Ireland striker in the Championship, which is the second English division.
We'll play this on Will Griggs on fire.
Yeah.
Where did that save?
Well, that came from him having a good season. Basically, they said that he was on fire because he couldn't stop scoring goals. He was just constantly beating people. So
How many did he actually get?
I don't know how many he got, but you know there was a whole reason of him having a song. So
Freed from desire is the original song.
yeah. So Tunisia, Panama, I think England will have a problem against them. Belgium, you know, I feel like they'll struggle, but
I don't know.
I think that's
overall,
on the group.
I'm not sure.
I
about
think they've got
Belgium.
it.
I don't know. It depends how they set up.
Well, let's look at some of the England players. We've got Wayne Rooney since 2003.
Yeah.
You know, this is our first World Cup that's not going to be with Wayne Rooney, so that's a bit of a.
I don't think he contributes to anything, so I don't think we're going to miss him too much. but
You don't think you were going to miss?
I know
it?
he's the captain and everything, but
I think we're going to miss a lot out of Rooney. Same with Gerrard. This is the first time, you know, since he started, we're not going to have him. He had that failed slip, which
we shan't go
which
into.
we'll go over quick. And we've also got Harry Kane, who's 24 games in the season since we recorded the stats and 22 goals, which is top goal scorer until
I don't think
Mohamed
he's
Salah caught up.
Yeah, I don't think he's
Yeah, Salah caught up, but at the time of recording the stats, he was 23 games to 21 goals, but he had 5 more assists than Kane.
Yeah.
So you know he can actually set up goals, but he has Bobby Firmino, he has Mane and Henderson when he plays a good game. When he's angry, he's
I
good.
don't rate Henderson.
But does Salah have the teammates with Egypt to actually get those
Oh,
assists?
no way.
I
Yeah.
can't think of another Egyptian player now. Yeah.
So we've got Mo Salah, we've got Harry Kane, Luis Suarez, 19 games and 16 goals
Yeah,
in the
so
Spanish
again,
league
he's
since
going to
we.
the old clash of Liverpool versus Liverpool because it's Salah versus Suarez.
Yeah.
Because they're Egypt and Uruguay are in the
So
same
you want
group.
to bit people.
Huh? Yeah, Suarez is the one that bit people, and he did that. Did he do that in the World Cup?
He puts, yeah, he's done it.
Giorgio Chiellini.
Yeah.
Giorgio Chiellini in the World Cup,
That's
and
the
famously cheated as well in the World Cup. If you
He had
remember
pulled
that,
it against
he
Ghana.
made a save, quite a good save as well, and then the Ghanaian striker missed the
No,
penalty.
but now Barcelona's slightly behaved himself now.
Yeah, behaved himself a little bit, probably because he's getting paid so much. So he's not complaining.
And he's got the sunshine over his
Uh-huh.
house.
Leo Messi, when we recorded him, he had 10 assists in 21 games with 20 goals.
Yeah, the thing is, like, he's good at Barcelona, but he's not good at Argentina. I don't think he clicks.
But Argentina have an attack that, you know, he's not going to be missing out too much from Suarez and, you know, Dembele, Coutinho. He's not going to be missing out too much against Argentina.
They're
And
gonna
he's got the likes of Di Maria, Aguero, Dybala, Pastore, Otamendi.
Argentina have a chance as well.
Yeah, Argentina do have a big chance. Neymar as well. He's just left the Spanish league. He just left Barcelona, so he's got 18 goals in 17 games.
But he's probably like
that's his
players
French
around
league.
him, doesn't he?
Yeah,
Brazil have got a good shot.
yeah. Brazil have got a great
They
shot. I
might
mean,
win it.
I still think that Hulk could have contended in the World Cup if he.
Forgot him.
Yeah, it's quite easy to forget about him when you go away to like Chinese league. You know, you've got Carrasco and some other players that are going away.
He's Chinese and American, he's all retirement homes, aren't they?
Yeah, pretty much. And finally, we've got to talk about Cristiano Ronaldo. Unfortunately, time of recording in his league, in his respective league, was 17 games of 8 goals and 3 assists, which is not fantastic, but it is Ronaldo, and he's not leading in Ballon d'Ors now, is he, or is it tied? I think he might be leading. I'm not sure.
But he's going to have a good tournament anyway, so we don't need to.
Yeah, he plays really well for his team, for his national team.
Yeah.
So that's unlike a lot of players like playing as good as he does. Ibra played pretty good for Sweden, yeah. But Ibra can play in
Well, it's
in
like
almost any league.
Egypt again, isn't it? He's going to probably stand out player.
Mhm.
Portugal and Ronaldo.
Speaking of Portugal, we've got to talk about the big games that are actually ahead. We've got Spain and Portugal happening in this group, and that's one of the first games of the tournament as well. So, what do you think is going to happen? Obviously, Laura, you think that Spain are going to beat Portugal.
Yeah.
I mean, they've got the likes of De Gea,
Yeah.
who saves Man United on multiple occasions.
Nearly not last night, but you know.
Yeah, almost.
I don't get
If
the
it
whole
wasn't
thing
for
of
the
that.
Manny Matic.
I don't get it when they play for an England team, but then they play for another team.
Just a better competition, better league.
Oh yeah, well I
Like
mean,
you have Hazard and
yeah.
Chelsea.
Well, see what happens is that Hazard will most likely have started his career in Belgium, but then when he gets popular, because they capture him on TV, then clubs from England will pay like loads of money, like millions, just to get him over. So,
But then he goes back to the World Cup.
oh yeah,
Yes,
you'll
country.
always stay to your own country. But then there was a striker that you know, Diego Costa,
Yeah.
who
And then
is.
he changed his nationality.
Yeah, he was Brazilian, but he changed his nationality to Spain because I think it was something to do like his parents were, one was Brazilian, one was Spanish.
Well, it's like football, not football athletics. It's like Farah is not English, is it?
You know.
Somalians.
If I was a football player, I'd choose my nationality as Spanish.
To Spanish, you'd have a better team straight away. You wouldn't even have to be good, and you've already got a better chance of winning the World Cup.
Brian Giggs
In-
went to Wales instead of England. What's the plan?
So another one, obviously we talked about it a little bit, is the England-Belgium game.
Yeah, I think
That's
one.
one.
Yeah,
You're on about Belgium winning it.
I think Belgium will hammer England.
Yeah, I personally think that depending on, I think it heavily relies on what goalkeeper we choose. What goalkeeper we choose will have a big impact on. If it's Butland, who's out of injury now,
Yeah.
injured himself in the Euros.
You've probably been slightly for this, but probably Joe Hart.
Yeah, it probably will be Joe Hart, and if it is, then we've got a bit of a problem.
Surely.
Or Rob Green, of course, your legion.
It will never be Rob Green. It will never be Rob Green.
What's his
But
name?
if it's Pickford, yeah, there's
I think he deserves
another
it.
good chance.
Yeah.
So that's England. We've already touched on that. Finally, let's talk about Mexico, Germany, because
Mexico are an upcoming team.
Mexico are an upcoming team. They've got Chicha, you know, Hernandez, who's just won I think he got the most goals for Mexico, overtaking Luis Hernandez, who played, I think he was about 20, 30 years ago.
Yeah.
So he's overtaken him for goals, so he's now the most prolific Hernandez in Mexico, but he's also the most prolific striker.
I don't know what he was.
Lozano.
Yeah.
Chucky Lozano, yeah, heard of Lozano. He's really, I think he plays in the Mexican league, the Tigres or I'm not too sure, but I know he's been playing really well.
No, he's out on PSV at the moment.
He's at PSV. Oh, okay, in Eredivisie. So, so you've got Lozano, you've got Hernandez.
I don't really know many players in from Mexico.
I know there's Guardado.
Yeah.
I don't know his first name, but Guardado is a really
Good player.
really balanced midfielder that you always need, like Nainggolan for Belgium, or I guess
Giovanni, Jonathan Dos Santos.
I don't think so because they're getting on a bit now. I know Dos
They're
Santos.
still good players you can go out with.
Yeah, I mean you can rely on Giovanni to finish something. He's scored quite a few goals, especially in MLS. But
Not Mexico, but remember Shabalala, the South African.
oh yeah, Shabalala.
Shabalala.
Shabalala. I don't know how you say his name.
Shabalala.
He scored the first
Against
goal.
Mexico,
2000. Yeah. And so that was the biggest games that are coming up. We've got Argentina and Croatia, and we've got Brazil and Serbia, which are also respectively big. So we picked out the hardest group. We decided this just before the podcast, and it was Portugal, Spain, Morocco, and Iran. And I don't think the difficulty comes from Morocco and Iran, but it's definitely, Portugal and Spain, not both World Cup winners, but Portugal just winning the Euros, which you can decide is almost as good.
Yeah.
Besides Brazil and maybe Argentina, the Euros is almost as good as the World Cup. So I think
still one continent, isn't it?
yeah. So I think that's going to be the biggest one. And out of Portugal and Spain, Morocco and Iran.
Spain will go out, I think.
Yeah. Do you think in that group then it's definitely going to be Portugal and Spain coming through, or
Yeah, no,
do
there's
Morocco
no-
and there's no yeah, no.
It's
I
like
agree.
England, Belgium. There's no competition.
You've got another two. You've got another group which I think it's pretty. I don't think it's too easy to decide. It's Russia, Saudi Arabia, Egypt, and Uruguay. Now there's three teams there that can definitely get through, and it's not including Saudi Arabia.
Well, I was going to back something.
I mean they've got a lot of fast players,
Yeah.
and we see quite a lot of highlights from Saudi Arabia of players scoring like ridiculous goals, but.
I think Russia will get.
It's rare. You think Russia will get through?
I know. Do they still have Arshavin? Do you remember him?
No, they don't have
Because
Arshavin
they
anymore.
scored 4 goals against.
But they've got
They've still got a strong team.
yeah,
But there's 3 contenders, so that's going to be a different group.
yeah, definitely. Egypt. See, I think it'll be Russia and Uruguay personally.
Yeah.
Uruguay have got a bit of a.
I heard that Russia might allow drug use
They might allow drug use.
at the World Cup, yeah.
Wow. So Argentina to win then? Is that what we're deciding? Or South Africa? Maradona will still be playing. Because Argentina got in trouble in the World Cup quite a while ago because they were using like steroids to make their players like stronger. Because Argentina, they've got like quite pacey, nimble players, but
Russia's awful, isn't it?
Russia's bad for
Russia's the
drug
worst,
use.
yeah.
Sport in general.
They do it at the Olympics everywhere.
Really?
But not rugby, because they don't
How
play
do they not
rugby.
get caught?
They do get caught and they get penalised for it. So we talked about key players in the World Cup. Golden Boot then. Let's run through it quickly. Who do you think is getting the Golden Boot and why?
Harry Kane.
You think it's going to be Harry Kane? That's
No,
brilliant.
if England do well, yeah, Harry Kane, but Ronaldo, I think.
A lot of it depends on how far the team gets. Mo Salah, the most highest scoring now player in the World Cup as of this moment. But does he have the team to give him the assists? So
I'm backing Ronaldo.
you're backing Ronaldo now, so it's changed.
Oh, did I say Messi?
No, you said Kane.
Oh, okay. If England do well,
If England do well,
Harry Kane.
Okay, I'm saying Kane nonetheless because I just think he's so complete and he can score in any way. He can score with his foot,
Yeah.
his left, right. He can score with his head. Yeah.
I'm gonna say Neymar, I think.
Okay, so you think it's Neymar for PSG? I mean, he's young.
Yeah.
He's got a good team to back him. Okay, out of those names, if you look at the numbers there and decide, who you think is the best, who do you think is gonna get the Golden Boot? This is most goals in the World Cup.
Neymar and Messi.
You think it's going to be Neymar and Messi? mean, Messi just scored his 600th goal.
Did he?
Free kick against Atletico Madrid.
Oh,
So,
I haven't seen that.
okie dokies. Well,
Kickstarter, don't forget.
oh yeah, the Kickstarter went really well. So thank you very much, everyone who has donated money towards Kickstarter. We've
Rewards will be
got
given.
just to run through a few names. We've got Daniel, Josh, Darius, Owen. We've got a few names here that have been donating different amounts of money. So thank you very much, guys. And that brings our podcast towards an end. But thanks a lot for listening. Be sure to tune in again, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks to my guests for joining me, and thank you for watching Extra Time.